So the new album that's just come out, obviously
Yeah.
the first album in 5 years.
Yeah.
How often are you still writing? Are you still writing every day most of the time, or?
Not every day. We when we'd released our fourth record, Neon Twang, 2014, we kind of Saunders decided he was going to leave. So me and John, we just needed a break from each other really. So we started going in like once a week, twice a week, just to see if it was still something we wanted to do, you know. Which it was. I mean, we just cracked on really.
So when did you start writing the music for this latest album?
I think in about 2015, the summer of 2015, was when we started recording some demos, like some ideas, like.
So did it change quite a lot over the course of those 4 years also in the writing process? Did it change quite a lot over that time?
Well, we wrote a lot of songs. We wrote a lot of songs, and we spent a lot of time. We really made an effort to try and get it right, you know. I think the fourth record, for whatever reason, hadn't really worked for us, and you know, we knew we had to get this one right. But we was also in a period of like, you know, is it something we want to be doing? You know, do we want to go through that torment again of making a record? You know, because it is quite, you know, unhealthy.
Yeah. And as you kind of move forward in your life, and you change as people, and different things are happening, can you see how that directly feeds into the music? Are you able to see that?
Well, I think this record definitely broaches those subjects, you know, of being a parent and being in a, you know, long-term relationship and all the shit that comes with that, you know. Just getting older, really.
Do you like go in with in mind that you want to write things about that, or does it just come out naturally?
We do pick subjects, me and John. I think this is the first record since the first one really where we've like it's co-written, like, you know. Because after the first record, it would be like I'd bring in an idea, or John would bring in an idea. It would always like there'd be some co-writing events, you know. Especially if it was my idea, I throw them up in the air and see how they land, you know. But John especially was coming in with like finished songs, you know, which wasn't really working for me because he sings in a certain way, and you know, they were his babies, and he wasn't that fond of just handing them over, you know. So it was a weird time, really, the fourth record. And the third record to a degree. But we started working with a friend of ours called Simo, and he kind of was a buffer between me and John on the third and fourth record. But then, as I say, with this one, we just got back in a room together and just, you know, it was something we wanted to do. We realised we quite liked being in each other's company again, and it was good. Crack a few bottles of red, and you know, it was good, man. Really, really good sessions, and you know, getting on the train again after them, and feeling like, you know, that excitement of we've got another idea. Every day we went in, we'd come up with we'd come away with at least one demo or two, like kind of idea, you know, rough sketches of tracks, you know, and yeah, man, it was good. It was a good time. It was a happy time, and it was good. And I think it's come through in the record, you know.
Yeah. You mentioned a guy called Simmer a few moments back. Did he produce it?
Yeah, well, he's kind of recorded us, and he's been with us. He was our monitor man first album campaign. Then we sacked him because he was a bit of a clown, and then he came away with us to set up the gear while we was writing in Anglesey for Jewelry Court for the second record.
I'll take on this gig.
And yes, Lewis. Good laddies. Yeah, he came away with us in Anglesey and just kind of set up the room, because we kind of hired this cottage for a month you know, doing that whole like rock and roll fucking dream thing of get a cottage and write an album, which was great. And he was there every day, like cooking and fucking, you know, just recording us really. He never once told me he was fucking amazing on the guitar, which he is. And eventually a few months after that, I think it was at Glastonbury or something, but we weren't playing, but I was just there, just fucking about. And he was on a tour bus, I think with Jolene and the Jing Jang Jong or someone. And he was just playing a guitar, and I was like, fuck. That's like amazing. Like, let's write, like, you know, because we was friends. So like, it was like, you know, let's. And that was it, really. I've been writing with Simo ever since. He doesn't get the credit he deserves. Obviously, he does in the records, and he does, you know, he does get the credit, but he doesn't. We don't talk about him often enough because he's been a real integral part of the band. But he's, you know, he does monitors. He works for Catfish at the moment, doing monitors, and he works at quite a high level. He was Liam's monitor man for fucking years. I think he was the only monitor man that Liam hasn't sacked, to be honest. So he's too busy to be part of the band, but whenever he's back home, we get in the studio straight away. I love writing with him, man. On a personal level, I really enjoy writing with him. So, and so does John. And as I say, he was like this buffer in between us, you know, when it was, you know, harder.
Are there quite a few figures like that who aren't part of the band but are quite integral to the process and important to it?
Well, I think me, John and Simo just found a way of writing them, and we used to have a laugh. The Blizzard sessions, we you know, and it was fun, man. Just get on it and write some songs. It was beautiful.
And with this new album as well, some of the songs in it, like the first song you released, are a little bit poppy. What do you think kind of pushed you in that direction to go for that?
Well, every time, I think what you're probably referring to as that was one of John's songs that he brought in. It was kind of fully finished. Because that was one of the last songs to make the record, really. But because John's got a different set of songs. He's almost got an album written. John has. And but then it's not quite right for the band, you know. But that one was like, let's just try it, and we took it in with Gav, who recorded Love It When I Feel Like This, and recorded it with Kat, and it sounded great. So then we sent it to Neil, and Neil was like, do you mind if I take it down this route, you know? He said that's how he heard it. It was a strange tempo, you see. It is like, you know, I would have liked to have took it down a more housey route, but it was like 100 BPM, so you just couldn't, and and we're really happy with it, yeah. It was good, man.
You mentioned Kat there as well.
Yeah.
When she came into the band, what effect did she kind of have like in the live performances?
Well, she's been amazing. She's a pro, you know. She's good. She was recommended by a good friend of ours, and she come in, no drama, and just dropped it, man. But we've always wanted to get a girl involved, you know, with the tracks and stuff. So it's been very natural progression. I'm not saying she'll be on everything going forward, because me and John will just keep doing our thing, you know, and she's not on every track on that record. She's only on a couple, you know. But yeah, and Rio live, they bring a good vibe. They bring a good vibe, man. They're good. They're good. Cuts the shit in the van, don't it? Cuts everyone fucking all the bravado out, you know. You have to watch your tongue, don't you, around, you know, it's just good, it's just better, it's good vibes, man.
You are a band that, with the course of the 5 albums, and just your history have changed and evolved quite a bit. What do you think is the main driver for change in the music you kind of do?
I think you get older and you have to be honest, don't you? You can't be writing like you're 21 anymore, do you know what I mean? You're just not so you're gonna change, you're gonna evolve. It's just natural, isn't it? It's just how it is.
One of the songs I was really interested in as well is Dreams. So did all the lyrics from that song just come from dreams, or how did that?
Well, yeah, I'd had a few weird dreams, and I just started penning them down each night. I remembered my dream this morning. I seem to remember them quite a bit. They're quite like, well, obviously all people's dreams are realistic, but they're quite like, But I just had this idea. John had that dirty B line, and I was like, I just started spitting on it, and that was it really. Then I said and John wrote the chorus, because I was like, have you had any dream, and he was like, and he sung that straight away, and well, that's what John does. I remember when I played him Wide Awake for the first time, and it didn't have a chorus, and he literally in the rehearsal room come and sung the chorus into my ear. It took him about 5 minutes, but that's what happens anymore.
Is that the only time you've taken that inspiration from dreams in one of your tracks? Or you done
to that degree, where everything was like, I'd kind of been I had pages of like strange things that I could remember, and the pot full of squares is my daughter, because I had a spare room, so when I'd be in the studio, I used to sleep in the spare room, obviously downstairs, to stay away from everyone, and she came in the morning and says, Dad, there's a pot full of squares on the stairs made of glass, because it was just this fucking present that my wife had got. And that's where that line comes from. So that's not a dream, but it kind of, that was the first thing I heard. Dad, there's this pot full of squares. And I was like, but yeah, it was all kind of,
What would you say that is the strangest place you've taken inspiration from a song from?
I don't know. I'm always kind of writing on my phone or whatever. I'm always trying to. This tour, actually, I've been trying to sort through them, because I've got so many just nonsense ramblings on the phone. I've been trying to make sense of them a bit. But normally I do that in the studio, and if John gives me a riff, or if I've got a few chords that I'm like, I want to put something to. But at the moment, I'm trying to put them into poems. So when we are ready to go in, I've got sets of lyrics, because I feel lyrically you can kind of make anything fit over any, as long as it feels like it suits the vibe, I can.
So do you cut and paste a bit, where you might write some lyrics at some point, maybe write some more?
Oh yeah, no, 100%, man, 100%. I'm a bit of a list maker. I'm a bit of a nerd like that, really. And I very much see songwriting in blocks, and I'll take a block from there and put it here, and if it fits, and if it's the same kind of subject matter, But then I don't mind also if it's not the same subject matter, because it becomes that, don't it? Not that I'm trying to give a masterclass in songwriting, because people will be thinking, is this twat fucking going on? But yeah.
I've got a few more general ones to kind of round off.
Go on.
I wondered, would you rather be a band coming up now, or a band coming up when you did in the 2000s? When do you think it'd be a better time to be an up-and-coming band?
Back when we come up, because there's more money about. 100%.
And what would you say is the most important lesson you've learned as a band?
Most important lesson we've learned as a band. Well, we fucked up an awful lot, We fucked up an awful lot of things over the years. But in a way, I don't regret. I suppose they are lessons. You've just got to be nice, haven't you? You've got to try and not burn too many bridges. Do you know what I mean? But then things can't be helped. Sometimes things can't be helped. You're just being yourself, and you're just doing your thing. I think we've been trying to change the perception of the band, permanently. Because I think people think we're crackers, we're not. I think there's this kind of view that we're running around fucking fighting and just being mad, and we're just, it's never been like that, but Yeah, so we've always been trying. But then, you know, sometimes we've done a few interviews in the past where you've just, you know, you might have come across a little bit uncouth, you know, because you're drunk, basically. But it was never, you know, directed at other bands or anything. It was just how it was, you know.
One last one to finish up on. If there was one moment that you could go back and relive from the band's history, which would you choose?
Well, we headlined Glastonbury, the John Peel, which was pretty special. My dad was there and he had a stupid, like, fucking cowboy hat on, getting into the spirit of things, and that was pretty amazing. I mean, looking forward, that one of the aims, one of the dreams, one of the ambitions of the band is to get back to headlining Brixton on our own. I mean, it's just something to aim for, you know. That's what the managers are saying, because like we headlined Brixton in that year when we broke, you know, in 2007. Kind of like took it for granted, you know, kind of thought we'll always be at this kind of level, you know. I guess that's one of the things you learn when, you know, to not take it for granted, you know. Like we went to Japan twice and I was kind of just fucking just carrying around a hangover permanently and not really. And now I would just, it's the best shopping in the world. I mean, I did do a little bit of clothes shopping there, but I'd love to go back to Japan and you know, and appreciate it. Because at the time, I think we'd been on tour all year. The second time we went, I just wanted to fucking go home, do you know what I mean? I was done, man. And so yeah, appreciate. You don't know what you got until, you know, you don't know what you got till it's gone, do you? So things like Brixton, I would love to be able to sell that out again, you know. Which, you know, you're one song away, aren't you? You know, or one big, you know, bit of radio support and stuff, and before you know it, you're there. But and we feel that every time is good enough, you know. It's just getting it on the radio. I'm pretty sure that people, it's on radio. In fact, it got a play on Radio 2 today by Ryland, but it's just getting it back on the radio, you know, getting the support back there, and then hopefully one day we can get back. But things are good, man. The band's in a good place, you know, as good as it has ever been, really. With everyone's getting on, and it's good, man. It's good. We're all friends, like having fun, and the shows are good. And this is good. This is a bit of an honour for us, you know, to play with Sheds, because they're people don't realise just how many fucking top 20 singles they had, man. It's mad. It's like 14 or something, you know. That's a crazy amount of top 20 singles, you know, especially at the time when you had to sell a lot of, you know, you had to sell a lot of songs, man. So it's been great, and they've been really welcoming and warm. So it's good, man. Everything's good. Everything is good. You sticking around tonight to watch?
I'm going to come for you, I think. I need to nip off to another show after you. I'm going to be here for you.
Good lad. Fucking good lad. You said the right thing there. Yeah, good. All good.
Thanks so much for your time. It's fascinating, man. It was so good. Thank you.
Nah, it's a pleasure, mate. Absolute pleasure.